There are two different ways you can interact with Flowroute. First is through SIP registration, and the second is through IP authentication. 3CX supports both methods, although IP authentication is preferable as it provides more freedom and security. Your active SIP registrations can be viewed on the Status tab. The list is refreshed every 90 seconds. The Registration tab is going to give you all the information you need to interact with Flowroute at a SIP level. Here, you will see all the points of presence, of which 5 are international and 2 in the United States. The 2 US POPs are redundant to each other using DNS SRV lookup. You may select either one, whichever makes more sense to your customers geographically. You'll also see the actual IP tables that you will need to whitelist. It is advisable that you whitelist all IPs within the range of the IP tables as a best practice to allow you to take advantage of the IP failovers. SIP credentials are what you plug into your PBX or your ATA if you're using SIP registration. The tab for inbound routes is where you will build out the actual routes for specific DIDs. You will have varying options such as host-based route, where you can use domains or IP addresses, or you may opt to add weighted routing, which is helpful if you have customers that use different systems. You may use any port. Simply denote the port you wish to use on the route text box. Select the primary POP under the Edge Strategy dropdown. Add an alias and hit Add Route to complete. Another option is to use phone numbers, which is just forwarding to a phone or phone system. Add the number on the route field, then create an alias and hit Add Route to complete. Lastly, the most complex option is URI routing. You can build an unlimited amount of routes, which will be individual to every account. Moving on to the IP Authentication tab, this is exclusive for outbound specifically. There is a specific format to use in presenting the outbound string to Flowroute, shown here. This simply means to append the TEC prefix from the account with an asterisk to the number in the outbound rules of your account. Similarly, scroll down to Outbound Allowed IPs and whitelist the static IP address of your PBX.